COVID-19 is the biggest challenge ever faced by mankind. And there are corona warriors, those are fighting for us. Those are on the front line and they're fighting for our sake to keep ourselves safe. Now, these people are risking their lives and working for us. Now, they are the true soldiers, those are working, all the doctors, nurses, everyone who is contributing in preventing the spread of COVID-19. Of the doctors, those who are treating patients, they have to come in contact with them. They wear masks. They also use some gloves. But ultimately, by some problem, by human error, they tend to touch their face by those hands which they have touched to a victim of coronavirus. Now it provides a path for the virus to travel into his body and infect him as well. Now this is a major concern, but so for solving this problem, I have come up with a small solution. Let us look at what is that solution about. Now, as the doctors tend to touch their faces by their hand, which may be infected by the virus. Now, to prevent those hands from getting touched near the face or facial area, where they can go into the nasal cavity and infect the person as well, here I have a small solution that will prevent your hand from getting close to the face and even preventing it from touching your face. Now here I have prepared this mask. This is a homemade mask because I could not get the surgery mask. It was not available. So here I have used a small receiver that is used in small toys like remote controlled cars or bikes, anything like that. And this is a receiver that operates at a radio frequency of 27 megahertz. Now there is a small buzzer which will buzz as soon as the device, this receiver, receives the signals from this transmitter. Now what we have to do is we have to wear this transmitter on our hand just like a watch, and we have to wear this mask on our face. Now it's not feasible to wear from that side, so obviously we will be wearing from this side. Now what will happen is, as soon as the transmitter and the receiver will come at some distance, which at a particular distance to which it is fixed, the transmitter will send the signals which will be received by this, and this receiver will operate the buzzer, which will make some beeping sound which will notify us and stop us from touching our hands to the face. Now here also here I have a small battery which is connected to a charging board to charge this entire thing. Also the same thing has been done here. Now if I turn this thing on, the buzzer starts beeping because it is in a somewhat distance. Now if I just take this much away, it stops beeping. Now even if I take it this closer, it again starts beeping. Now this distance can be adjusted, which depends on the person's arms or legs. Now here we can determine the distance, minimum distance for which the buzzer should beep by determining the transmitter voltage. Here I have fixed the voltage to, okay, wait, let me unwrap this thing. Now here I have used a 3.7 volt LiPo battery to power the transmitter. Now here is the charging board for that. Now here I have removed the antennas which were primarily used to increase the distance range, but we don't need that much of distance, so I have removed the antennas. Also I have instead of powering 9 volts DC to the transmitter, which is the recommended voltage, I have used only 3.7 volts DC, which has considerably reduced the distance of communication between the transmitter and the receiver. Now this is the simplest idea ever, and this can be useful for many doctors, and they can stay safe using this device from any COVID-19 patient which he or she is going to have an interaction with. So let us see, how does this smart mask help us from preventing ourselves from getting infected by COVID-19. Now let us take an example. If a doctor has examined a person, maybe he has suffered from, he has got infected by COVID-19, and now for suppose I am the doctor and I have examined him, and after examining him, I sat on a chair, and after some time Unknowingly I touched the hand to my face here. Now whatever I have done here, if I just forgot to wash my hands, or I just left the room and I touched the hands to my face, then the virus got a very good way to travel into my body and infect me as well. So to prevent all this scenario, the only thing that can be done here is to prevent the hand from getting touched to the facial area. Now what happens is we realize that we have touched the hand to the face, but afterwards. But to prevent this all, we just have to simply have a device here which will prevent and indicate us if we touch or we bring the hand near to the face. Now here I have the watch that I here, that is the watch like system that has the transmitter fitted over there. Now if I just try to bring the hand near to my face, see here, if I try to take the hand close to my face here, now it doesn't allow my hand to get touched to the face, which is preventing the virus to travel into my body. It doesn't allow the hand to touch to the face of a doctor or anyone who has examined the patient right now. So in this way you can prevent the doctors, nurses and anyone who is having a close contact with a COVID-19 infected patient, and she has to take a good care of himself as well. So here this device can help you from protecting yourself from getting that virus inhaled in your body. So that is how this works.